The mirror that never lies. It was just a normal evening when Emma stood in front of her bathroom mirror, brushing her teeth. But something felt off. Her reflection didn't move in sync with her. She paused, staring at the glass, then quickly brushed it off as exhaustion. The house had been unsettlingly quiet since her roommate, Sarah, had moved out a few days ago, and the solitude was starting to get to her. But as Emma leaned in to spit, her reflection didn't follow. It stood still, eyes locked with hers. Then, in a slow, deliberate motion, it smiled. Emma froze, her heart hammering in her chest. No, it couldn't be. She jerked back, her breath catching in her throat. The reflection smiled wider, its grin grotesque, stretching beyond the limits of a human face. Panic surged through her. This isn't happening, she muttered, turning away and walking out of the bathroom. She didn't dare look back. For hours, she tried to distract herself with a movie, but the image of that grin lingered, haunting the edges of her thoughts. Was it a hallucination? Had she finally cracked under the pressure of living alone? The next day, she couldn't resist checking the mirror again. The house felt empty, suffocating, and she needed to know if it had just been her imagination. She stepped into the bathroom cautiously, her hand trembling as she reached for the sink. She stared into the mirror, expecting it to be the same as before. And there it was, her reflection, smiling again. But this time, it wasn't just the smile. Her reflection was doing something it shouldn't. It was now waving at her. Her breath caught in her throat. She slammed her hand over her mouth to stifle the scream building inside her. The reflection stopped waving, but it wasn't the face of the person she knew. It was different. Darker. More twisted. The eyes had changed, those weren't her eyes. And then the reflection spoke. "You're not going anywhere, Emma." Terrified, Emma turned and fled from the bathroom, but before she reached the door, she felt a tug at her ankle. She looked down, her reflection's hand was reaching out, pulling her back, trying to drag her into the glass. She kicked desperately, wrenching herself free. The mirror shattered. But when Emma looked up, she wasn't in the bathroom anymore. She was inside the glass. And the reflection was outside, grinning at her. No one ever saw Emma again. The mirror was found later, lying in shards on the floor, with one piece reflecting a smiling